Three-way calling. Remember, you guys, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that's really, really amazing that you can actually get started in something that you can be so financially successful in, yet have the help from experts at any time that you need that. This tool is simply used to validate the isogenic story that you've already introduced your prospect and to assure them that this is the real deal by using an expert. The three-way call is not a tool that your upline expert will explain the products or the business to your prospect for the first time. You need to have already exposed the products or the business to them by sending them to a website, video, business call, etc. You know we have a lot of tools for that. In other words, don't invite your prospect to a three-way call with your upline expert without already exposing them to isogenics. It's not your upline's job. At a minimum, the three-way call should be a second or a third exposure. The traditional rule to three-way calling says that the three-way call is more of a closing call and not a first exposure. So first, free a time slot of your upline expert that will help you on the call. Don't just surprise them with somebody already on the line. They may not be prepared and they may not be in the right state of mind to do the call. Imagine if you just got like in an argument with your spouse or something and you call your upline with somebody on the phone line with you. That wouldn't be a good time to do that. They may not be prepared and they may not be in the right state of mind to do the call. And of course, also free a time slot with your prospect. Important, be on time with both your prospect and your upline expert. This shows to both of them that you respect them and their time, and it shows your professionalism in your business. Next, confirm with both your guest and your expert that they are both available right before your scheduled time. Get your guest on the line first, and this is important, you guys. If sometimes somebody will put me on the line for a three-way call, and then they'll go to call their prospect, and they don't answer. And then they just continue not to answer, and it was kind of a waste of everybody's time. Put your guest on the line first. Make sure they get there. And then call your expert and three-way them into the call. Use the edification process to introduce your guest to the expert. And I'll say that again. Use the edification process to introduce your guest to the expert. The edification process is something that maybe most of you have never heard before, but it's critical to your success. Always use your active upline that has a successful product story or a successful financial story in isogenics. Don't use somebody that just got started because they may not know any more than you do, right? Make sure the expert you choose is 100% dedicated to isogenics and 100% dedicated to your success. The edification strategy is simply putting as much value on the expert you have chosen to help you with on the call, as well as putting value on their time that they will spend with you on the call. Put as much value on the expert as you can. Say something like this, and I'll use Michelle's name. Listen, Michelle, I have Bobby on the line with us, who is one of the experts in the company who has achieved, and then you go into what they've done with the company, and is helping people like you and I achieve massive success with our products or with our home business. Sometimes it's a product person, sometimes it's a person that wants to make money, so you get to say either or of those. He or she learned how to harness the power of working from home and actually brought his or her spouse home from their part-time job or their full-time job. He or she is one of the isogenics millionaires, six-figure earner, industry expert, etc., etc., etc. Now, if it's a product person, then you go into their weight loss success story or their energy or their at the gym getting buff, whatever it might be. You go into edify them for what they've done so far. And the best part is that he or she, this is continuing the conversation, the edification process, the best part is that he or she was able to quit his or her job all because of this amazing company. He or she has a very busy schedule, but is willing to give us a few minutes of their time on the phone with us. See how I made their time valuable as well? You guys want to make sure you do that too, because they need to know that they're a busy person, they're a successful person, but they're bringing their time and their energy and their effort to this call to help you for a few minutes. Remember, don't say, Michelle, this is Bobby. Bobby, this is Michelle. Take it away, Bobby. That's not, they don't have any, you've put no value on your expert, nor on the words that he or she is about to speak. Without value, there's really no reason to listen. Also, now that you've edified the expert, now it's time to let them do all, capital ALL, all of the talking. Don't interject, don't interrupt at all. It only de-edifies the process to get this call done. The magic is in the expert's information right now on this call, not yours. So just, you don't have to say another one, but isn't that easy? You let the expert do all of the talking. You could do 3-way calls every single week and let somebody else do all the prospecting. All you got to do is get into a video and then say, hey, I want to get you on the line with an expert. I just got started. I'm going to let them do the talking for me. And you get them on the line. It's that easy. Also remember that your prospect usually knows you already. If this is a warm market prospect, somebody you've known through your life, a family member, whoever, they know your history. They know what you do for a living. They also know your financial position, whether it's a good one or a bad one. You might owe them money. I don't know what it is, but they know you. They know you well. They also know that you aren't the expert in isogenics, and in parentheses, yet, right? They trust you enough to get on the call, but they also know that you aren't the expert at isogenics. But they don't know your upline expert. They don't know them yet. And after you get done edifying them in a big way, trust me, they will be ready to listen. Isn't it amazing how people will listen to somebody they don't know before they'll listen to you? And in fact, I always joke about this. Michelle tried to get me to understand how bad Diet Coke was for me for years and years and years. And I did, okay, whatever. And I kept drinking Diet Coke. And then I heard an expert talking and told me how bad Diet Coke was. I haven't drank Diet Coke for 9 years now. So it always takes the expert, right? Your friends know you, your family knows you. You can't be the expert. It's got to be somebody that you edify that is somebody else other than you. But they, let's see, where was I here? Isn't it? Okay. You can't edify yourself, but you can edify your upline. The edification process needs to also go both ways to complete the 3-way call process. The expert needs to edify you at the end of the call. And this is for all of you that are going to be the expert on the call. This is what you're going to do afterwards. You need to edify your person on your team at the end of the call so that their prospect now has a new respect for their involvement and knowledge of isogenics. The expert would say something like this: Michelle, it was great meeting you today. I look forward to mentoring your success here with isogenics, whether it's product or whether it's the business side. And I want you to know that you're in the right hands. Bobby, or whoever it is what brought you on the call, is already proving to be very successful here at isogenics. As a matter of fact, he or she, and then go into a relevant success story that they've had, has already achieved or personal trait that will help the new person build. Usually the upline expert will close the person on this call if they feel the timing is right. That's important. So don't stay on the line after when the upline is done talking. Let the upline finish the call right there and either ask them to join or send them to the next tool. Okay, great. Sounds like you don't have enough information yet. Can I do this? Let me send you to isomovie.com. Let me send you to isogenicsproduct.net.com, whatever it is. And you know, that'll take them to the next step. You got to get them to the next exposure, and on and on and on until they actually eventually join. So after that, just say goodbye. If you stay on, your prospect could talk themselves right out of it because they're, again, just talking to their friend. Let the expert guide you and the prospect to the next step. Even though there are certain rules to edifying and 3-way calling, nothing compares to the pure enthusiasm that can take place when 3 people get on a call together. It's like a party line, so have fun with it. And one more thing, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to become a story collector and a storyteller in this business. Collect as many success stories that you can from people in this whole company, and you hear them all the time. And learn to tell those stories with enthusiasm, you guys. Details are boring, but stories get people to move. Remember that facts tell and stories sell. So that, my friends, is 3-way calling.